Okay, so today, which chapter shall we start today? Matter and classification finished, language of chemistry finished, acids and base also finished. So now we have air and oxygen, water and chemistry in our daily life. Which topic shall I start? Chaitanya is also there. Yes, Chaitanya. Which chapter shall we start today? Air and oxygen means air and oxygen means air and its components, or water, or chemistry in our daily life. Chemistry in daily life not required today. Okay, we start later in chemistry in everyday life. So in the chemistry in everyday life, we will be learning about like how the chemistry is useful in our life, like in the form of salts, like okay, sodium chloride, all this, and in other way how they are used in medicine. All these things will be there. So that we discuss in the later. So today we start with uh, air and oxygen. Shall we?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Chalo. So today our topic is air and oxygen. Chalo. So what is air? What happened? How can it? What is air? You know what is air? Chaitanya, can you hear me?
Sir, air is a mixture of different types of gases, sir.
Very good. So air is a mixture of gases. So air. Air is what? A homogeneous mixture of gases. Okay, so air is considered as a homogeneous mixture of gases. What is meant by the homogeneous mixture? What is meant the mixture?
Sir, mixture is a combination of two or more compounds.
Yes, okay, so combination of different compounds is called as a mixture. So here air is a mixture of gases. So what are the gases present in the air? Important gases. What are the important gases are present in the air?
Sir, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen.
Very good. So the
And the carbon dioxide.
yes. So the most important gases that are present in the air are nitrogen, okay, oxygen, next carbon dioxide, water vapor, okay, and other gases also present. So many other gases are present, but the main constituents of air are okay, nitrogen and oxygen. And in that, of course, here these two only almost covers 99% of atmosphere, means air, and in that remaining 1% all other gases will consist. Is this clear you?
Yes, sir.
Ah, yes, right. So here the air is a mixture of gases and that surrounded around the earth. So this is called as an atmosphere. What it's called as a
Atmosphere.
atmosphere. So atmosphere. Earth is surrounded. If you think this is the earth, and earth is surrounded up to certain height, okay, so it's surrounded with the air, right? And when you are at the near the surface of the earth, then you can find that the thickness of the air is more, the density of the air is more near the surface of the earth, But as we move above the earth's surface, then what happens? The thickness of the air will be decreases, means the density of the air will be decreases. Yes or no? Do you know this one? So you know, I think that, see, here we are without any oxygen cylinders or anything. We are as happily we are living here. But you know, the mountainous who, okay, go to the Everest or something, okay, higher places. So they carry with their oxygen cylinders. Do you know this one?
Yes, sir.
Why they carry the oxygen cylinders with them?
There, up to certain height, or up to only certain height, the oxygen will be there.
Yes.
Then they will fall, sir.
So very good boy. So here if you see around the earth, when you take, this is the earth, and near the earth the density is very more. Okay, so we do not require any amount of, I mean, like any oxygen cylinders or anything, we don't need here. Okay, so but when you go to the above the earth surfaces, then what happens? The quantity, the amount of the air will be decreases, and as you move up to certain height, then what happens? There will be no atmosphere at all. There is no atmosphere at all. Okay, so that we consider as a outer space. What it is considered as? A outer space. So there is no atmosphere in the atmosphere. So here air is one of the most important, okay, matter, that material that helps in helps to living organisms. Okay, so you know that earth is the only planet, earth is the only planet where life exists. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So what are the main conditions on the earth? Which conditions that helps the life to exist on the earth? What are the main conditions?
Sir, first of all, we have oxygen to breathe, water to drink, and food to eat, sir.
Yes.
And then we have
Yes. So here you see, here the most important thing what helps, okay, to exist the life on the earth is, first is the atmosphere. So that is air. You know that air plays a very important role in the respiration. So without respiration we can't live. So air is the most important thing. Then we need a water, okay, and lot of water is means, okay, surrounding earth is surrounded by the large amount of water. You know, I think that. Okay, so here almost okay, 3/4 of earth, or you can say that to 2/3 of earth is covered by the water. Okay, of course they are not, all the water is not suitable for drinking purpose, but 2/3 of the earth is covered by the water in the form of like oceans and seas. You know this one, yes?
yes, sir.
And a certain amount of water is present in the form of rivers. Of course these are suitable to okay, drinking, and a certain more little amount of water is present as a well water, like bore water we are taking under the earth, and some amount of water is also present in the form of ice caps. Yes, so like this earth has a large amount of water, but in that very less amount of water is only okay, suitable for the drinking purpose. Remember, so we are going to discuss about the water in the next topic, and water also very important, and here I have to save the water also. Okay, that we discuss later. And then other thing is that most important other thing is that here the conditions around the earth, the temperature, okay, on the earth is also plays a very important role. Okay, so you can see on the earth the temperature mostly, okay, so that suitable to live the life. If you go to some other okay, planets or somewhere, so the temperature may be too high or maybe too less, where the life cannot exist. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So all these conditions are existing only on the earth. So earth is the only one planet where life can exist. So here now when we are going to study these chapters like air, water and atmosphere, all these things means here we are studying to know the importance of all these things which helps us okay, to live, and also it's our responsible, okay, to protect them. okay, to conserve them. Conserve means what? We have to save them. Okay, so see now that we are discussing about the air pollution. You know about the air pollutions, which is not suitable for breathing, and you know about the water pollution, which is causing the water pollutions. So all these pollutions due to human activities, okay, so much things are okay happening in the atmosphere. That is what do you say, unbalancing. Okay, so atmosphere, yes or no? So these are all the things you have to keep in your mind, and we are going to study all these things, okay, in this chapter. And you know that even atmosphere. So for example, you say if you go to the moon, see how the air also helps, when we talk with each other. So here you can hear with the help of the air only normally. Of course here it is like online classes, so here it is different, like electromagnetic radiations, these all things we learn later. But normally, when you discuss with okay, when you are in your class, when the teacher explains you, okay, so you can able to listen, you can listen the explanation of the teachers. How can you explain, how can you listen?
Sir, because sound travels through the air.
Sound travels through the air. So here air is also acts like a medium to the sound. Okay, so sound travels through the air. And if you go to the moon, okay, if we arrange one class there on the moon, and if your teacher is explaining on the moon in a class,
We
can
can't
you
hear
hear?
anything, sir.
Can you hear?
No, sir, we can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything because there is no atmosphere. There is no atmosphere, there is no air. So here, okay, a sound cannot travel, and a sound requires a medium to, okay, travel also. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So in this way, the air, okay, atmosphere plays a very important key role in the life which are existing on the earth. Okay, now earth is surrounded by the atmosphere, that you know, okay, and here do you know, like earth is divided into, means atmosphere is divided into some layers. Did you study about the layers of the atmosphere?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
There are 5 types of atmosphere.
yeah, what are they?
Troposphere,
Yes. Ah,
thermosphere, exosphere.
very good. So this also we are going to discuss in this chapter, and here in this chapter mainly we are going to discuss about the importance of nitrogen and importance of oxygen, how oxygen is going to help us, and how the nitrogen is useful. All these things we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay. Right. Now, so let us say first the components of air. So then first you come to the nitrogen, and nitrogen, approximately 78% of nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. How much percentage it is? 78% of nitrogen present in the atmosphere, and 21% of oxygen. 21% of oxygen, and remaining 1% some other gases. Yes or no? Do you know this?
Yes, sir.
So in what way nitrogen helps us? So here nitrogen helps us in many ways. Like for example, you see, you know that oxygen supports the burning. Yes, oxygen supports the burning. If for example you imagine that there is total only oxygen is present in the atmosphere, means what, 100% of atmosphere consists of 100% of oxygen only, then what happens?
Sir, once we light the fire, it keeps on burning. Sir.
Yes, if once we okay, if anything light off, if like anything ignited,
Another class will be
it catches the fire, then there is no way to stop here. Okay, continuously, unlimitedly okay, the continuously it will burn. Why? Because there is 100% of oxygen, and you know that oxygen supports the burning, combustion. You might have already studied about the word called combustion. So combustion is what? The burning of anything in presence of oxygen or in presence of air is called as a combustion. Okay, so complete burning of any substance in presence of oxygen is called combustion. So for burning it requires the oxygen. Okay, and here if it is totally 100% of oxygen is there, then what happens? If anything start burning, then it will continuously it will burn, okay, till its end. So here in the atmosphere there is 78% of oxygen, sorry, nitrogen is there, only 21% of oxygen is present in the atmosphere. So therefore nitrogen is also helping in controlling the fires. So it reduces the fast combustion. It reduces what? Fast combustion. Yes, right. Now other way, what are the other ways are there, like oxygen helps us? I think you might have studied like nitrogen is plays very important role for the plants in the form of fertilizers, in the form of proteins. Did you study about the nitrogen fertilizers? No.
Sir, I studied about fertilizers, but not that much about nitrogen fertilizers.
Okay. So here what happens? The nitrogen plays an important role, okay, for the plants. For the plants. So nitrogen helps to the plants in preparing the proteins. In preparing the proteins. Okay. Nitrogen compounds are very essential. Nitrogen compounds are very essential to the plants because they help in the formation of proteins. Okay, so nitrogen is very useful to the plants because that helps in preparing the proteins. Nitrogen compounds, okay, helps in formation of proteins for the plants.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now next we come to the artificial fertilizers also there. So you know, I think fertilizers. What are mean by fertilizers? What are the fertilizers?
Sir, fertilizers are the chemicals used by farmers. Sir.
For what purpose?
Sir, for killing all the insects on crops.
No. They are pesticides. They are
Yes, sir.
pesticides, insecticides which are used to kill the. So fertilizers are nothing but a which consist of nutrients. Which consist of what? Nutrients. For you see, when you are very small now, okay, so with the human beings also, when they burn, they will, okay, when they take birth, that they're very small, but now, okay, they are day by day they are growing. So they to their healthy growthness, okay, so what they require the nutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, all these things are required for human beings. Yes or no? If they are completely full fledged, they are there, then what happens? They can, okay, the easily means they healthily they can grow. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, plants also require to healthy growth. They require the nutrients, proteins, all these things required. Okay, so here you see how we can get this all the nutrients and proteins when we when we take the diet. Okay, and where these proteins and nutrients are present, is all present in all vegetables and okay, leafy vegetables, leaves, fruits, and all these things they are present. So all we eat, okay, so that we can grow healthily. But you see, children, some of the children, they do not eat some type of food. Okay, so then what happens? There will be some lack of, means there is some deficiency of some nutrients or proteins. Okay, so at that time, what your mom or father can do? Yes. So they bring some Horlicks or Complan or Boost or something to you. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So here this Boost or Horlicks or what you say that Complan, all over the, what are these? These are artificial nutrients they are providing to you. Yes, naturally you will be getting everything. So this you can see the Horlicks and this Boost and this Complan, everything. If you see before 100 years or okay, at the previous time, whether these Boost Horlicks were there?
No, sir.
No, they were not there. Even when I was small, at that time I know about the Horlicks, of course. Horlicks was there, but this Boost and this what you say Complan and all these were not there. And I know about the Horlicks, but my parents they did not know the Horlicks also, because they, at that time these all are not there. Okay, but those people also they are very healthy and they are grown up very happily. Yes or no? Okay, because naturally we can get everything, nutrients, proteins and everything we can get naturally. Okay, we can get through the plants, we can get through the fruits, we can get through the vegetables, we can get through, okay, leafy vegetables. From all this we can get. So we are eating. But in sometimes what happens is they may, okay, if we are not eating such as some type of fruits or sometimes of some type of vegetables, then what we do artificially, okay, so we are feeding to our children like in the form of, okay, like all these things, right? So similarly, yeah, plants also they can get the nutrients, proteins, all these things from the soil naturally. From where they can get? Soil. So they can okay, this all the nutrients, proteins they can get from the soil, and of course they from the with the help of the sunlight they can prepare their food also, like in the form of photosynthesis, you know. Okay, they prepare their own food like carbohydrates. This I think you might have learnt about the photosynthesis. Yes or no? Do you know what is meant photosynthesis?
Yes, sir.
So plants prepare their own food, okay, in presence of sunlight, okay. So and water and chlorophyll. So this the carbon dioxide. So by observing all this, yes, Chaitanya, are you going to ask anything?
No, sir.
Hand was raised. So all we are getting through this, so they can prepare their own food. So for them also they required, okay, nutrients, proteins and everything naturally from the soil and this one. But sometimes what happens in the soil requirements, how much they require, that amount of nutrients may not be available. Okay, so in such cases, these farmers they use, okay, they provide these nutrients artificially. They provide artificially. Okay. These artificial nutrients are called fertilizers. These are called fertilizers. Is this clear to you now? Fertilizers.
Yes, sir.
So fertilizers are nothing but okay, these are the artificial nutrients which we provide, okay, to the plants. So here nitrogen plays a very key role in the fertilizers, like you know, ammonium phosphate, okay, ammonium sulfate are some of the examples of the nitrogen fertilizers. So here some of the nitrogen fertilizers are what? Nitrogen fertilizers. Fertilizers are ammonium phosphate and ammonium sulfate. Ammonium phosphate and ammonium sulfate. Do you know the formulas of ammonium phosphate and ammonium sulfate? Ammonium phosphate formula is NH4 taken thrice PO4, and ammonium sulfate formula is what? NH4 taken twice SO4. So these are the formulas for ammonium phosphate and ammonium sulfate. So in ammonium Cr what is there? N. Here also N. N stands for nitrogen. N stands for nitrogen. Okay. Is this clear to you? How nitrogen helps us?
Yes.
Even nitrogen, okay, helps, not helps, here, do you know like acid rains? Do you know acid rain?
Yes, sir.
What is in the acid rain? What is acid rain? Can you tell me?
No, sir.
Hmm. What are the acid rains? So, generally, already in the last chapter, we discussed about the acids and bases, I think so.
Yes, sir.
How the acids are formed? Can you give some example for acids?
Yes, sir. Hydrochloric acid.
Okay, hydrochloric acid. Some other acids?
Sir, sulfuric acid.
Sulfuric acid. More? Nitric acid.
Nitric acid. Citric acid.
Okay, phosphoric acid. Okay, for example, here I am taking some acids like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and phosphoric acid. In this, you see the hydrochloric acid, the more important, most prominent element is chlorine. In the sulfuric acid, sulfur, nitric acid, nitrogen, and phosphoric acid, phosphorus. So these are the prominent elements in those acids. Yes or no? Prominent means what? Which are important. Okay. So prominent elements in the hydrochloric acid is the chlorine, and in the sulfuric acid is the sulfur, nitric acid is the nitrogen, and phosphoric acid is the phosphorus. Yes. So all these are non-metals. All these are what? Non-metals. And these oxides are generally, they are released as a pollutants, okay, from the factories, from the industries, and from the vehicles, and etc. Okay, so sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, okay, similarly nitrogen oxides, nitric oxide, okay, and phosphorus trioxide and phosphorus pentoxide. So these are the gases, like sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, oxides of nitrogen. These all the gases are released from the industrials. From where they releases? Industries. And even they are released from the vehicles also. From where they release? Vehicles. Okay. So these all are non-metals. Okay. So the oxides. So here you see the oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen, okay, they are released, okay, from the industries and vehicles, etc. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
And these are, okay, these gases causes the pollution. They causes what? Pollution. And these particles are present in the atmosphere of the earth. So this is the earth, and these all particles are present on the, okay, they are releasing from the industries, they are releasing from the vehicles, okay, and they are present in the atmosphere like this. Okay, now what happens when the rain falls? Okay, when the rain falls, so the rain is falling like this, the rain is falling. So when this rain falls, this rain water is mixing with this pollutants. They are mixing with this pollutants. Okay, for example, they are mixing with sulfur dioxide, they are mixing with sulfur trioxide, they are mixing with the nitrogen dioxide, something like this. Okay, they mix with this okay, pollutants. When they mix this water with this one, they forms okay, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, phosphoric acid, and so on. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So actually when the rain comes from the cloud, that consists of pure water. But when come through the atmosphere, in the atmosphere, these pollutant gases are present in the atmosphere. So this water mixed with this oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur, and they turn into acidic in nature. They turn into acidic in nature. Now this rain is called acid rain. This rain is called acid rain. And this acid rain, where we can find more, where more industries are there. Where more industries are there, we can find. So these acid rain, okay, when falls, so what happens? That okay, that pollute the water, that pollute the soil, that kills the, okay, when this rain water, okay, falls on the earth, this water will flow and it goes into the where like reservoirs and ponds, lakes, and there, and what happens, that causes the death of that, okay, aquatic animals also. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
And actually Taj Mahal, I think you listened about the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is made up of what?
White marble.
White marble. So actually it is made up of pure white marble, and it was like, pure, it look like a milky white. Okay, once upon a time. But if you go and check now, it's not pure milky white, but its color is slightly fades off. Okay, so here it's slightly, okay, slightly it became like a cream color. Cream color means just light yellowish color, okay. Why? Because due to this acid rains, due to this acid rain, okay. So all around the Taj Mahal, like in the Agra and Mathura, so many industries are there, okay, and from these industries a lot of pollution was okay, emitted, and this causing the acid rains. And acid rain is what it is doing, it is okay, reacting with the marble of the Taj Mahal, and the color of the marble is getting changed. Okay, so like this monuments, buildings, okay, and soils, lakes, rivers, all this will be affected with this acid rain. Okay. So yeah, so in this chapter, so this is just like a okay brief discussion, like introduction, like, and in this chapter we are going to discuss all these things in detail, and we are going to discuss about the significance, means how they are uses, and how they are harmful to us also. We are going to discuss in this chapter in the next classes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So today's class, is this clear to you? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. So for today it's enough. In the next class we discuss the remaining part. Okay. Bye.